Black History shirt on. Obviously, Black History Month. You're there in Atlanta. I just wondered, LeBron, could you summarize this whole year, going back to George Floyd, the tragedy, everything that you went through, and now this Black History Month, what it means for you and just kind of for everybody?
To keep it all real with you, Mike, Black History Month is every month. They just happen to give us the shortest month of the year, but Black History Month is all 12 months for me. You know, we celebrate Black excellence every single day of the year, 365 days, and go around my household and around the people, group of people I'm around. So, you know, I love the fact that we get to celebrate it for a full month, and people, you know, that may not know about it kind of come together and things. But at the end of the day, I celebrate Black excellence every single day. And Black History Month, I would say, is Black History Day. 365 days of the year, 66 on the leap year. So that's just how we rock around here. And you know, but it's cool to get it started now, and we'll just keep it going throughout the rest of the year and January of 22.
Are you feeling any more recognition of everything you just talked about this year?
I don't live my life trying to gain recognition for anything. You know, you do what's right, you call out what's wrong, and you go from there.
LeBron, I wanted to get your take or your comment or your perspective on the interaction that occurred with the courtside fans who were kicked out, and do you feel like that interaction exposed any sort of loophole in the COVID protocol if fans can take off their masks to yell at a player?
No, at the end of the day, I'm happy fans are back in the building. I miss that interaction. I need that interaction. We as players need that interaction. I don't feel like it was warranted to be kicked out. There was a back and forth between two grown men, and which we said our piece. He said his piece. I said my piece, and then someone else jumped into it and said their piece. But I didn't think they were, should have been kicked out. But they might have had a couple of drinks maybe, and they could have probably kept it going, and the game wouldn't have been about the game no more. So I think the referees did what they had to do. And it's fine. I don't think, taking down the mask or whatever the case may be at that point in time, would have harmed anybody but the people that was right next to her. I wasn't close enough to her. I don't think any of my teammates was close enough to them. Maybe a couple of refs, maybe. So I hope they're okay. But safety first.
Dan?
LeBron.
And you look like you about to ask me. You look like you're ready to fire off.
Well, it strikes me. It's as somebody you've said all year, like I want fans. I want to see fans. Does that get you more excited than when you see some people who are, like you said, a little willing to kind of tone those waters, whether it was in Cleveland or here, just seeing those faces that close to you?
Well, I mean, my guy tonight. I don't want to say he went overboard, but he went a little bit out of bounds, too close to comfort for me. And I said my piece, and we could have moved on. But I think it was so close to the officials. I think the official heard it as well, what he just said. And it kind of got blown out of proportion. It's just like sometimes on the floor when two guys get into a scuffle, or get into a little like jostling, and the refs come and try to break it up really fast, and it looks like it's bigger than what it really is. That's what it pretty much was tonight. But the difference, we're on the court and we're not having any alcoholic beverages. So they might have had some alcoholic beverages on the side, so that could have it made them feel a little tougher than what they really are, I would say.
But like to be clear, you were happy. You were happy that this happened, though, right? Like you enjoyed this.
Who, me?
Yes.
I love our fans, Laker Nation, and everybody else that's against Laker Nation. It just feels better. Fans in the stands it's just better. It's better for everybody, especially on the last game of a 14-day road trip.
Kyle? Hey, LeBron, I'm gonna have to have an alcoholic beverage after this.
Me too. You ain't the only one.
But to ask a basketball question here, you guys, the last two games have had come down pretty close, and you guys make these defensive plays. How much pride do you take in sort of reinforcing that the defensive identity you guys had last year in these close situations?
No, I take all the pride. Listen, man, I take just as much pride on the defensive end than I do on the offensive end. Things that you cannot control on the offensive end if you shoot the ball well. You know, sometimes the ball don't go in for you. You have your mechanics perfect. You swing ball. You know, you're being unselfish, and sometimes the ball just don't go in for you. But the one thing you can't control is how you defend. You don't have to worry about the ball going in when you're defending. You have to stop the ball from going in. So being able to get your hand on passes, deflections, things of that nature. You know, tonight, a big play, me just being able to get my hand on Capella on that slip to the rim and us being able to get out in transition. You know, Dennis and AC hustling back and being able to get that steal too on Trey late in the game, and then us, you know, sealing it with free throws. So, you know, I take that responsibility. You know, AD takes it, me being able to work out commands and things of that nature. When we defend, we're just that much better, you know, and we want to be the best defensive team in the league, and we hold that with the utmost responsibility.
We've got time for one more, Bill.
Hey, LeBron. Before the game, Frank said it's been kind of a blend of diligence and luck that has kept you guys from having any games postponed. I mean, obviously, a lot of teams around the league have had multiple games postponed. I'm curious, is there any, in a macro sense for the season and what you guys are trying to accomplish this season, what do you see as any advantage in just getting your games played on schedule?
Well, yeah, I want to say, you know, first of all, you know, we've been trying to be extremely responsible. The whole Lakers organization. You know, we haven't had anyone that had to miss days or whatever the case may be since we started. You know, we're doing our testing. Guys are staying, you know, for the majority, staying in their rooms and staying, you know, social distancing and things of that nature. We're just trying to do everything that the protocol is telling us we can or cannot do. You know, and just trying to follow that to a T. There's some things you can't control. You know, we don't know if this virus is airborne or if it's passed through, you know, person to person. So what we can't control is just, you know, just trying to stay responsible, you know, do the things that we can do and things of that nature. And then, and it's allowed us to be full, you know, for our games. You know, like I said, and go out there. And because of, you know, the strict protocols and stuff, you don't really have much time to practice, especially on the road. A lot of gyms aren't open. A lot of arenas are not open unless it's a game. You can't really prepare things on the floor, so you got to do it in film sessions.